Right, hey YouTube, today I'm going to be showing you a very easy to follow unboxing of these brand new Tritton Primer headsets licensed for Xbox 360. Right, so let's get into it. Right, so the first thing you need to do is, if you look on the top here, there's this flap system. If you pull that back, lift the top, lifting that over, pull that thing out, and lift these. And then you can take this plastic insert right out. Oh, there's also, which have just fallen into my lap, there is these two AA batteries, which are included in it, and they go inside the headset itself. So, as I'm on that, let's unclip here. There's little two locking tabs in here that lock into there, and then you can lift out the headset once you unpop the microphone. Right, so as you see here, magnet lock on is the battery compartment. You just lift that flap off, put in the two included AA batteries, and you're ready to go. And then that just clips on just like normal with the magnetic lock. Here you've got the microphone, which is on a pivot, so you can push it up. You've got the sync and power button, which you use to sync to the bass unit here and transmitter. Underneath here you have the mute button. You have the mute button in here. This, which uses one of the wires also included and plugs into the controller. What you can also do, which is quite cool, if you have an auxiliary cable, you can plug that into your iPod or something and use these just like normal headphones, but with a microphone, which looks a bit stupid, but the sound quality is really quite cool. Up here on this side we have two volume knobs. This one, which has a picture of a headphone on, and this one, which has a picture of a person on. The one with a headphone on is the gameplay. So anything like saying COD, you've got the gun shooting, footsteps, things like that, that controls that one. And this one is parties, so people in your party, not if it's just in-game parties, so like people on live chat in-game, that's using this headphone one, not this one. It doesn't come under it, I don't think. Right, so that's all with this. You've got like a swivel around there, which is quite cool for storage, extension in there, same on the other one. Right, so that's it on the headset. Let's get on to the bass unit, which it's very small. It takes all the power through a USB cable connected into the Xbox. You've got the audio in, which uses an adapter, which is in the cables in the back, and the sync button, which you use with the power button on there. You press them both, just like pairing a normal Xbox controller. And it's really not very difficult to use. It's really small, really light, and looks really nice as well. So now if I turn this unit over, you've got this nice big box that says accessories on it, which you can probably guess has the accessories in it. Right, let's move the plastic from the other way and open this thingy. So all you do is just fold that open. There's a little flap. Open that, and then here we have, yeah, okay, maybe it's been opened before a lot. Here we have cables that you use. The first one is this here. If you use a normal Xbox AV connection, which uses a socket which looks a lot like this on the back of the Xbox, then switch to HD, because it will be quite difficult to implement this into it. Well, it's possible, but using an extra wire included, and if you're not using HD, you're a retard. No offense. So you've got this adapter here. We also have this USB cable, which isn't needed. That's of something else. You've in fact got this USB cable, which is for powering the bass unit, which just plugs in the back, and you plug it into any USB port. It doesn't really matter. You can plug it into a adapter plug thing for all it cares. It really doesn't matter, as it's just for power. I'll be showing the full setup in another tutorial, which I will upload later. You also have this one, which is used for the sound, which you plug in there, red to red, white to white, as you'd normally think, and then 3.5mm jack plugs into the audio inside the bass unit. Now, if you are using normal AV, which uses that slot in the back of the Xbox, then what you do is you plug the red and white adapters plugs into the back here, and then plug that directly into your TV, because then it splits it and then takes it to this bass unit, which really isn't very difficult, and I will show you what you have to do if you are setting it up like that in the other tutorial. What else have we got inside the box? Right, next thing we have is this wire, which goes from normal 3.5mm jack to bottom of the Xbox controller, which you use for party chats and things like that for your microphone. This plugs in. This doesn't plug into the bass unit. This plugs into the bottom of the controller in the slot, and then that hooks onto your controller. If you use, like I do, I use a chat pad on the bottom of my controller. This will not work with it. It will not work at all. You have to take that off if you want to use this, because of the 2 extra ports in there and the fact that the shape just generally doesn't fit over it. So you've got that cable as well. Now, what we also have in here, which is just, you've got a product manual which is always way bigger than it actually needs, because it has to incorporate like 10 different languages. So this is all just set up, and basically what I'm telling you now. You also have, if I get this the right way around, quick start guide, which I will show you entirely in the next tutorial, which will be how to set it up with an Xbox 360. And then Mad Catz, you have like a almost catalogue thing with like really abstract mice, a kick-ass keyboard, and like graphic stuff, and some more gaming stuff, which they are quite a... Right, sorry about that, YouTube. My camera's battery died because it's old and crap and the battery's short, and it hasn't been charged in like years. Right, so now there's very little left. That is what you get in the box, but before I go, I'm going to show you how to install the batteries, because my brother found it really difficult because it isn't obvious. You'd think you unpop it from that side because you squeeze the things in, but in fact, you take these two, you might not be able to see them very well on my camera because it's 240p, but there's 2 little black knob things. If you squeeze them together and then pull it out, if it didn't pop again, there you go, pull it out, it unlocks, so then you can put in the 2 AA batteries, just like that, putting the flat end to the springs, because that's what always happens. Lock back in the plate, you have to push it down, there you go, and then just lock the magnets in, because... And if you need a friend, there's a seat here alongside me.